Hey everyone, Agent 99, and welcome back to Milk Outside a Bag of Milk, Outside a Bag of Milk. So, in the last video, we played through the game, and we got one of the endings. However, there's a total of 5, so, thus, this video exists. And basically, in this video, I'm just going to be going through and getting all the endings that I didn't in the last video. Because of that, I'm not going to be including any of the story before the ending sequences, because I've already played through that, so if you want to see what happens, be sure to watch the first video, which I'll have linked in the description, and I'll probably have a card pop up like right about now. So basically, in the last video, the ending that I got is the default ending, and the way that you get that ending is when you're going through different dialogue options, you're eventually going to ask the girl what she was thinking about when she was lying on the floor, and that will cause a dialogue chain that will lead you to this decision that we have currently on our screen right here. And basically, you're going to have two options. You're going to have say nothing, or that's the thing, I have no idea, this is weird. And basically, if you select the actual dialogue option, it triggers a cutscene that plays that gives you an achievement that I'll probably put on the screen, so you know if you end up getting that achievement, then you definitely selected the right thing. And basically, if you get that cutscene, you get that ending that I got in the last video. And that ending is the shop ending, which basically is just a retelling of the first game, with the girl kind of playing the player's perspective and assisting a little boy, instead of the first game where it was the player assisting the girl. And so basically, if you want any of the other endings, you're going to have to say nothing. And then there's different things you're going to do during the point and click section that I'll outline as I'm trying to get the different endings. So I'm going to say nothing, and then I'm going to cut to the point and click section so I can explain how to get some of the other endings, and we're going to play through them. So see you in a second. Alright, welcome back. And so, we're in the point and click part of the game. And so basically in this part of the game, you're going to be searching for fireflies throughout the girl's room. And the way that we unlock different endings is going to be dependent on what we click on and how many fireflies we collect. So basically, as long as you don't trigger that cutscene, anything you do here is basically going to be a new ending. So if you collect all of the fireflies and then just end, that's a new ending. If you don't collect all the fireflies and end, that's also a new ending. And so basically, what that means is, whenever you're collecting fireflies after you get about 3 of them, I think you can just end the game right then without actually finding the rest of them. And if you do that, that triggers a different ending versus if you collect all 5. So, if you want to know where the fireflies are, there is one in the pills, one in the dosage papers, one in the laptop, and one in the backpack. Okay, there's one in the sketchbook as well as the backpack. So it's in the pills, the dosage papers, the laptop, the sketchbook, and the backpack. All right. So, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to collect all of the fireflies normally, and then basically we get the new ending once the girl goes to sleep. So, I'll see you then. And I haven't done any of these other endings, so I'm going to experience them for the first time along with you guys, hopefully. So, all right, see you in a bit. All right, guys, welcome back. So, this is one of the endings, apparently. Alright, so, let's get into it. Alright, another terrible morning. Boo, why is my face always so stupid? I wonder what the others at school will think. I didn't think you go to school. I think in the previous episode we'd kind of established that you no longer go there, so I don't know why you're worried about that. Well, it's not that I care too much, I just don't want to be branded a loser on my first day. Okay, you're going back to school, I see. Alright, cheer up, there's nothing wrong with looking different. That's not what defines you, after all. Hey, hurry up. Yes, Mom. Oh, okay. Ugh, another terrible morning. I would say the same thing if my eyes suddenly shifted like that in my sleep. But... you know, I guess you do you. Boo, why is my face always so stupid? I wonder what the others at school will think. Well, it's not that I care too much. I just don't want to be branded a loser on my first day. Okay, we're repeating. Alright, cheer up. There's nothing wrong with looking different. That's not what defines you, after all. Hey, hurry up. Yes, Mom. Alright, that's some neck you got there. Ugh, another terrible morning. Boo, why is my face always so stupid? I wonder what the others at school will think. Well, it's not that I care too much, I just don't want to be branded a loser on my first day. Cheer up, there's nothing wrong with looking different. That's not what defines you, after all. Hey, hurry up. Yes, Mom. Ugh, another terrible morning. Boo, I wonder why my face is so stupid. You don't have a face anymore, it's just gone. Oh no. I wonder what the others at school will think. Probably very horrifying thoughts. How is your hair reflecting the back of the wall through your eye? That doesn't make any sense. But I'm not going to question it. Well, it's not that I care too much. I just don't want to be branded a loser on my first day. Cheer up, there's nothing wrong with looking different. That's not what defines you, after all. Hey, hurry up. Yes, Mom. Ugh, another terrible morning. Boo, why is my face always so stupid? I wonder what the others at school will think. Well, it's not that I care too much, I just don't want to be branded a loser on my first day. Cheer up, there's nothing wrong with looking different. That's not what defines you, after all. Hey, hurry up. Yes, Mom. Okay, Mirror Twin, please don't kill me. Oh no, okay, well, this is just getting progressively worse. Alright, yeah, let me guess. Ugh, another terrible morning. The dialogue is exactly the same. Let's just kind of skip through this. Oh, boy. Alright, let's see. Does Mirror Twin murder me? Please don't kill me. Oh my god. Ugh, another terrible morning. Mr. Krabs, what happened to you? Oh no, why are your eyes like that? Oh god. Oh, okay. Another terrible morning. I have turned into Spider. So many eyes. Why is my face always so stupid? I don't know. I think you should get it checked at this point. Or maybe you should check that mirror, because I don't think that mirror is very accurate. You know, that's a moderate improvement over what I've been seeing so far, so I'll take it. Another terrible morning. Boo, why is my face so stupid? I wonder what the others at school will think. Well, it's not that I care too much, I just don't want to be branded as a loser on my first day. Cheer up, there's nothing wrong with looking different. It's not like I've read this dialogue like 4 times already. It's not what defines you, after all. Hey, hurry up. Yes, Mom. Good morning. I feel wonderful today. I can't wait for my first day at school. Hey, hurry up. Yes, Mom. Oh, okay. Okay. And that's it, apparently. Alright, well, that was a mirror ending. Well, this is just kind of weird. That was also really short. I thought that would be longer. More like the shop ending, where it took me like 15 to 20 minutes to get through. Hopefully they're not all that short, otherwise, oops. Yeah, I probably should have added that to the end of the other video, but it'll be fine. Well, I'm sure one of them will be long enough to justify this video existing. So yeah, I'll be right back once I can unlock other endings. Alright, so for this next ending, there's actually 2 different things that we have to do. So basically, 3 if you include not finding all the fireflies as something, which I guess you would count it. So basically, what you have to do is you have to only find like 3 out of the 5 fireflies. Basically, you just have to finish before finding them all. And the one in the laptop, you actually have to trigger the full dialogue, which I've never done before. So let's find out what happens there. So I look at my laptop. I haven't touched it in years, so it's covered with a layer of dust as thick as my finger. A bizarre item. I fear it. Why? That's a long and boring story. So I've already been through most of this dialogue on the other one, however there is a specific point where it actually deviates. So, let me just kind of skip through that real quick, actually. Alright, so basically she'll ask, at some point you'll ask if you want to talk about something else, and basically you could say you'll end up returning to the subject anyway, or you could say fine, and it just ends the dialogue. So, you'll end up returning to the subject anyway. On one wonderful day, someone digs you up from your hamster house and brings you to the pet store. Now your new home is a cage. Oh yeah, basically, previously she was basically making an analogy of the World Wide Web to being a hamster that lives underground. So, yeah, that's for context there. It's way more comfortable and warm compared to the underground. And the most important part, you have a lot of neighbors here. Their cages are identical to yours. And the other hamsters look identical to you, too. That means you are all the same. Apart from the fact that they were born at the shop. You'll ask, what does that indicate? And I'll tell you, nothing at all. I forget what I was talking about. Gosh. Okay, let's start over. This time try to avoid stupid hamster analogies. I don't know, I'm not at fault here. So, I had a lot of friends online. Tens, hundreds of them, impossible to count. Is it impossible, though? I had exactly 317 of them. Although I guess nobody counts the exact number of hamsters when they walk into a pet store. Hey, don't get distracted. Oh, right. From my 317 friends, 68 of them were into gaming, just like me. 130 of them liked drawing, just like me. And the remaining 119 were into calculations and 3D modeling, equally. And when I say equally, I don't mean 59 and a half friends on each side. Right. You can split the numbers evenly, no problem, but math doesn't work like that, and that, when it comes to friends, a major conundrum, right? Get to the point. I knew, of course, that no real people exist on the web. Okay. I also understood that all of my friends die the moment that I turn off my laptop. But I still wasn't even a bit worried. Why? Do you know what computer programs consist of? It's just a combination of numbers. Which means my friends are also numbers. Isn't that amusing? Not really. Why do you call them your friends? I mean, everyone who shares my interests is my friend. I don't care whether they know about my existence or not. Anyways, as I was saying, every program has its own algorithm and purpose. Its mathematical formula. And if you solve that formula, you'll be able to predict the program's behavior at any moment. The longer you speak, the less I follow. You don't need to follow me around, just listen. I sit on the floor, and the laptop screen ends up right in front of me. The only thing reflected in it is my dim face. A web person is just a random picture and a random string of letters. Words and actions from the web person are just executable code. Okay, hey. Let me know if you need a break. One day, someone appeared. From that point, my laptop was always on. There's no real people on the web, but he was good at pretending. Some moment, I let him trick me. Hey, look. Huh? Suddenly a firefly crawls out of the laptop's vent grill. I reach for it, and it gets up on top of my palm, blinking all the while. I think it's trying to say something. I can see that myself, if I only knew what. Looks like a cipher, don't you want to crack it? I changed my mind, I have absolutely no desire of finding out what it wants to say. The firefly stops glowing for a moment, and after that, then it starts glowing again, as if coming back to its senses. For some time, I think about the further course of actions. Then the firefly, and up and dashes into my ear. Let's continue searching. What about your story? You must be mad at me for interrupting you, I'm sorry. If you did everything right, I'll finish my story, maybe. Do you promise? I promise. Oh, if you forget. Then remind me. With a code word, for example. What code word? I'll think of one later. And for now, let's keep searching for my fireflies. Alright, so that's the full laptop dialogue, and basically now all I need to do is collect a couple more, and then finish searching. Alright, I'm back, and so there's one more thing that you have to do after you finish searching. And it'll involve this dialogue that follows right after you hit finish searching. So, basically, I've managed to gather my thoughts, but something still worries me. On the other hand, I wasn't supposed to be happy anyways. Why not? If I lose something and find it, it's just going back to the starting point, no changes at all, a zero sum. And happiness is always about being positive, right? You shouldn't think about it too much, it hurts you. I want to sleep. How about you get some fresh air before sleeping? So here is where that decision comes in. So basically you're going to have a decision to get her to go out on the balcony or to just go to bed. And if you go out into the balcony, it's going to trigger a new ending. So let's do that. What do you mean? Well, go out in the balcony and breathe in some air. Somehow those words trigger a panic attack in me, and I subconsciously step away from the balcony. I don't think it's a good idea. Why? Might sound silly, but I feel like someone is watching me. So, alright, let's stay inside, or there's no way somebody cares about you that much, so we're gonna try and get her to go out in the balcony, so we gotta select that one. That's for a couple minutes, okay? Alright. My apartment building looks like a bottomless cooking pot, but inside of the soot it has hundreds of concrete and metal boxes on its walls. There are lights on in the windows. There are muffled voices coming from the inside. The howling wind spirals up and splits into hundreds of independent streams. Seems like it wants to be heard by every person living here. It must feel so lonely, living in endless silence. Your apartment building is pretty weird, isn't it? I could see the horizon from my window before, and the buildings grew for miles in both directions. I guess at some point it circled around and closed in on itself. Nothing unusual about that. How do you feel? I definitely feel. Sometimes that's more than enough. Still, you're anxious, aren't you? Of course, moreover, I'm completely terrified. Was it obvious? You're looking in every direction, but not up. This. I've already told you, haven't I? About what? You know, small stuff. Can small stuff make you terrified? It's hard to explain. I climb up the metal railing and let my legs hang down. Oh, that's kind of dangerous. Okay. I sneak short glances at the abyss from time to time, and replies with an angry, cold breath. That's how we interact, like old friends. Sometimes I feel like the whole world pretends to be crazy, as if it's trying to make me believe in something that doesn't exist. That's weird, isn't it? Yes, but at the same time, it makes me feel a little bit happy. Everything around me was created for my sake. To deceive, trick, confuse me. And if that's true, I guess I'm not so crazy myself. After all. You believing in this is the definition of craziness. You're probably right. Another gust of wind blasts against the pot's walls, smashing the glass to dust and blowing away the concrete crust. I, on the other hand, feel a gentle breeze that only ruffles my hair. I still haven't come up with a code word. You were the one to remember your promise. You don't need a code word anymore. I don't like it when this happens. I want to remember certain things only when I want to. Nonetheless, you've made that point. Nonetheless, you've made that promise. And I'll keep it. But you need to keep in mind that from this moment on, every word will bring me pain. I bent down and imagined falling into the abyss. I have exactly 2 minutes before I meet my end. I had a friend online, my best friend, even though the combinations of letters he used instead of his name weren't that cool. Now the combination of pixels he had instead of his photo was at least boring and unattractive. This is so strange and wrong, breaking the rules of being online. Why was he doing that? Maybe his code was a few lines short. I don't quite get what you mean. I could tell you about these rules. You can't find them anywhere, but I'm smart, so I figured them out myself. Although, I'm not sure if I should divulge them. Why? When I try to say what I think out loud, I tend to make mistakes. If I make just a single one, everything that comes out contradicts my thoughts. And in the end, and I end up with the opposite position. And I don't want that. According to that logic, it'd be better for you to keep your mouth shut forever. Yeah, that's my dream. Keep my mouth shut. Never get up from bed. Never see or hear anything. Just dream on and on. Oh, why is everything so terrible? Don't get distracted. So it was about your friend. My friend? Ah, yes. He was brazen enough to... Come on, gather your thoughts. He somehow made me believe that he was real. He kept describing someone else's life to me in detail as if it was him. And he expected me to do the same. And then I told him everything about myself without hiding a single thing. I grit my teeth. The wind whips my face without mercy. It slices my skin into uneven strips, and as if it's a piece of thin cloth. He knew more about me than anybody else in the world. You know what he did? Yes. Sending an army of bots to harass me was probably fun. And what's most important, it was a win-win situation. I spawned here and there simple bits of code that are effortless to run. No wonder the algorithm assigns the patterns more often than the others from the list. Text and video generations get to work at the same time. My name surfaces on the web more and more. It's unbearable. Unbearable. From around every corner, every balcony, every ceiling, attic, wall, I always feel many pairs of unwatchful eyes. Sorry. I always feel many pairs of watchful eyes directed at me. And now they watch me from the screens too. But I'll put an end to it. I decided a long time ago. Though, maybe I can only decide that day. Sorry. Though maybe I can only decide that only. Okay. My body finally crashes into the ground, smashing into a million tiny pieces like porcelain. I'm cold. Let's go back inside. I return to my room. Thankfully, it hasn't changed one bit during the minutes I was outside. Without a second thought, I go towards my laptop and yank the power cable from the outlet. That's it. That's it. That's it. What are you going to do? What's with the silly question? I'm going to sleep, of course. Hoping that tomorrow will only come after a year or a decade. Imagining myself to be outside of my mortal shell, but at the same time still being me. Ridiculous, like milk outside a bag of milk, yet... And yet... You have to talk out loud for me to understand that you're worried about me. I know that already. I also know that our time is running short. You won't take another pill? Of course not. In fact, I won't take it tomorrow either. And the day after tomorrow. And never ever. Then it's goodbye then. No. I have one more small favor to ask. A really, really small one. What is it? I've blurted out way too much today. A lot of stuff I want to forget forever. I don't blame you, but it was it really necessary? You'll see tomorrow. Don't worry. No, I won't be able to sleep like this. Fine, what's the favor? I nervously scratch my wrist and bite my lower lip. Wait a minute, you're afraid to tell me? Yes. I'm also scared something bad might happen if I tell you. I'm also scared that when something bad happens, something way worse will happen. Stop, I get it already. Still, I won't leave you alone until you tell me. Bully. No, you. Alright, so that dialogue was the same. I wonder if there's anything different until after we put the girl down, so... let's see. Okay, there is a different ending. Alright, so there's more. Alright, I wake up lying on the cold floor in the center of a cramped room. I look around without standing up. There's no furniture, just naked walls and a single door. I can hear muffled sounds coming from the other side of it. Scary sounds. I hug my knees and wrap myself in my sweater like it's a blanket. It's no use, I'm chilled to the bone. The room is pretty spacious, but I can't shake the feeling that I'm trapped inside a suffocating casket. And a faint blue glow that sneaks in throughout the keyhole only adds to that feeling. Do I want to know what's outside? As if on cue, an inhuman roar comes from the other side of the door. It becomes louder and louder, more and more distant. With every passing second, somebody or something is getting closer. I crawl into a ball, trying to take up as little space as possible. Maybe I can become invisible or become smaller in some miraculous way. In the meantime, the howl becomes unbearably loud, but only for a moment. Then it sheepishly backs off until I can't hear it anymore. I finally decide to stand up. After I do that, I hear another strange sound. It's coming right above me. The ceiling moves upwards, squeaking. Small debris is falling on my head. I squint a little, raising my hand, trying to brush the ceiling, but suddenly it starts to rise quicker and instantly disappears into the darkness. I'm not in a casket anymore. Well, it wasn't exactly a casket now. It was a well in the form of a casket. The room becomes darker and colder. I have to do something at some point. Hours pass. I frantically run from one wall to another, delirious. The walls run away from me, making the already spacious room even bigger. In the end, I stand amidst endless darkness, and only the door is watching me with its eye. I keep purposely avoiding it. I can sometimes hear horrifying rustling and howls on the other side. However, now I don't even have a choice anymore. I slowly come up to the door and reach out towards it. As expected, the door also moves away from me. I continue moving forward with my hand stretched out. I don't want to lose the only source of light in this pitch-black darkness. At some point, I get tired of sneaking up on the door. It's like some wild animal, so I lunge at it, trying to grab the handle. However, at the last moment, the door whizzes away, and I fall to the cold floor. I ain't able to keep my balance. It hurts. Stupid door. Stupid, nasty, cursed door. I hate you. I hate you. I scream at the top of my lungs. I finally let out all the despair that I had bottled up. I slowly realize how horrible the situation I ended up in is. No. I don't stop screaming for a moment because I'm scared to end up in complete silence. If the reality around me disappears, my twisted imagination will take over. And the realest thing I can have right now is my voice. Hey, I can hear you. A voice coming from the other side of the door. I'm here. Come closer. I scream thrice as hard as before. I scream until my throat hurts, until my ears start buzzing. My biggest wish right now is to keep in touch with that person, whoever they are. Hey, where are you? I rush towards the door, stumbling on the way. I keep running for a moment, for 10 minutes, but the door isn't even an inch closer. At the same time, the distance between us hasn't grown either, which means I match it in speed. I just need to make one final push. I gather the last bit of strength I have and push my legs off the ground. The jump feels like an eternity. I stretch out my hand, almost touching the scratchy wood. I dive face first into the ground with ridiculous speed. I slide at least 30 more feet like that thanks to inertia, leaving behind a bloody trail. My hand is still outstretched, trying to grab an empty space. Ah! Tears stream down my face, making the numerous scratches burns. I try to wipe them, but I scream and yank my hand away. The moment I touch my face, my lips and nose are now a mushy mess. Somebody help. The other side of the door is completely silent. The silence reigns for an unexpectedly long time. However, at some point the silence torture ends. Hey, I can see you. I try to reply, but stifled whimpers come out of my throat instead of words. Are you hurt? Yes, yes. I stand up from my knees despite continuing to cry. I take a couple deep breaths and start running again. I keep running for hours. I feel like the door is closer to me by an inch or two now. I almost let myself stop for rest at that thought. I can't rest. I'll catch up to it sooner or later. The voice behind the other side of the door keeps asking me how I feel. I let out heavy, ragged breaths in reply. I'll fall from exhaustion if I utter even a single word. Still, I'm thankful to them. I don't want them to become silent. After another hour passes, I barely scratch the handle with my nails. I'm almost there. I'm so scared. Why aren't you doing anything? Erg. Why are you doing this to me? Don't they understand how painful this is for me? Almost there. You're scaring me. Go away. Rage fills my brain. I ignore the pain in my bones and channel all my strength into one final jump. No, go away! I firmly grasp the handle and open the door. Blinding light hits my eyes. I lose the ground beneath my feet and start falling. I'm lying face down in grass. I smell water, earth, and the dampness of the night, and grass, of course. The wind tickles the back of my head. It howls and jumps around restlessly. Lying down like this is unpleasant and rude when nature is so alive around me, with sounds and, I'm pretty sure, colors too. I stand up full of anticipation. I see an endless field, a clear sky without a single star, and a pale moon somewhere very, very far away. I shake my head and try to focus my eyes on anything, but to no avail. My surroundings are too vast. I feel dizzy. Bam! I'm lying in thick, wet grass again, but this time I'm looking at the darkness of the night sky instead of just darkness. Is there any real difference, though? The wind howls, it's clearly upset, but what can I do about it? I hear an indiscernible echo coming from far away, a wolf or something else. What does it matter? I'm in the grass, nobody can see me. Ooh. The echo draws closer and closer. At some point I realize it's not a wolf. I jump up and start running, my head in a panic. Where is that sound coming from? I haven't said anything that out loud, but got an instinct reply. Ooh. Hey, I can hear you. My voice runs across the field, mixing with the rustle of the grass and the howls of the wind. It feels like it's about to get absorbed by them, but... Ooh! Hey, where are you? Ooh! I can't understand where I should run to, and if I should run at all. Somebody clearly wants to find and help them. Somebody clearly wants me to find and help them. Maybe they're hurt. The grass tickles my heels while I drag my feet in the direction where I think the sound is coming from. It's just... there's not a single tree or stone around, only endlessly wild field. I hear a resounding, painful scream. I shut my eyes and cover my ears and suddenly feel scared. The screams turn into a cry. I carefully raise my head, still scared to death. Somewhere very far away among the thick grass, I spot a silhouette. Just a small black spot, but... hey, I can see you. The silhouette doesn't move, but the sound definitely is coming from its direction. No, it's not a scream, it's more like a whisper or a wheeze. Oh. Are you hurt? No reaction again, just muffled sounds. Maybe it's the wind going mad, and the black spot is just a stone or a tree. I walk away disappointed, 100 steps, 200 steps. I then turn around. Surprisingly, the spot hasn't become smaller. I start jogging. The grass is no longer tickling me. It's whipping my ankles, leaving cuts. A feeling of panic and unexplainable dread grows inside me. A stone, a tree? Why the hell is this field endless? I don't turn around anymore. I know that it's chasing me. The sounds reaching my ears become even stranger, louder, and more distant. The wind is bullying me too, huh? Isn't that right? That's the case, right? Finally, I stop. I ran out of breath. I'm at the brink of dying, at least I think so. The horrifying voice is coming right behind me. I turn around instinctively and for some reason try to shield my face, but end up losing balance and falling to the ground. The grass replies with a nasty crackling rustle. Oh, I've had enough. I spring up. The silhouette is still there, the same distance as before. I'm standing there without moving an inch. I'm scared here, you know? Why don't you do anything? The silhouette trembles and starts slowly gliding towards me, followed by new sounds, wheezings and moans. Fear shackles me. I can only stand and watch the approaching black spot. My lips are parched. I speak in a voice I don't recognize. You're scaring me. Go away. After that, the spot expands rapidly, and in the blink of an eye, most of the sky in the field is consumed by the sticky, cold darkness. Paralysis finally lets my body go, and I immediately sprint away. Oh. I also run so fast that the grass turns into a dark green mush under my feet. I slip up, fall, run again. Oh. No. Oh. No, go away. An unknown force turns my head with a crunching sound, and darkness consumes everything. I wake up in the cold floor of the center of a cramped room. I look around without standing up. There's no furniture, just naked walls. Okay. Okay, well, that was the most freaky of the endings so far. Was that human trafficking? I don't like human trafficking. That's not very good. Yeah. Hopefully the other endings aren't so spooky. That was surprisingly kind of disturbing. All right, I'll be back in a little bit. All right, we're back. So, yeah, that last ending was kind of that was something. So, all right. So next we're going to be doing the stairs ending, according to the guide that I'm looking at. Don't know what that entails, but basically the way that you're going to get this is you don't collect all 5 of the fireflies, then you don't go on the balcony when you have the option to. So, and as long as you didn't trigger the cutscene, then you're fine. So, yeah, we're just going to do that real quick. Okay, we're back. And we're looking at a spire. I don't know what that spire does, but it can't be something good. Alright. I wake up and immediately almost lost consciousness from horror. A thin metal stairway snakes around a giant column, disappearing into the darkness. I press myself into the cold wall and pray that I freeze into it. This feeling, I know I've spent a couple of hours or days here, but I don't know how high the column is. I don't know whether I'm going up or down. A billion pounds of concrete and a million miles of emptiness. It's impossible to stay sane when you're near cosmic numbers like that. Looking at them, touching them, even thinking of them makes me feel unimaginable horror. It was just a matter of time before my short term here will end. My mind will melt and my body will turn to dust. The wall's coarse surface scratches my face. The steps under my feet hum from the wind, eager to escape the concrete's clutches and dive into the abyss along with me. But I'll stay here. I'll stay here without going anywhere. I won't even open my mouth. My every word will be swallowed up by the abyss. I won't take a single step. Why would I? To find out where the stairway abruptly ends? It's all meaningless. Many units of time pass, but I'm still unmoving. My whole body is trembling, but then I realize it's the whole space around me that is trembling. It can't wait to destroy me. Maybe I should gather my will and at least turn my head. That thought doesn't stay in my head for very long. It's torn out with inhuman force. Unaware of what's about to happen, I slowly turn my whole body with a squeak. No, this is not what I wanted. Don't. Amongst the silence sings a lonely colossus, unmoving. Until the music stops, the bridge across the dark abyss cannot be seen. Ooh. Oppressive, thick, sticky air drives itself into my ears, silencing my thoughts with a haphazard string of words, while I watch the scene before me unfold. Hundreds of giant concrete structures, just like mine, spread in tiny rows endlessly in all directions, stairways wrapped around them like veins. There at the end of the world, there's a person smiling. This world still exists, but all that makes it both exist and not. I try to erect a mind block, but to no avail. My brain is already at the mercy of the super creature. A moment passes, and I realize that my body doesn't belong to me either anymore. My legs start moving on their own. The only thing I can do is choose direction, up, down, or... The crowd notices blood on Wozek's hands. He runs away. Mendel appears. He has nothing human about him, apart from his excessive grace and hidden elegance. He walks to the center of the stage. First act begins. Foreign thought becomes even more incoherent. There's less and less space for my own. Do you feel the connection to your body clearly? Or does it still cause confusion and fear? If you've been living through that fear a lot recently, how did it manifest exactly? Answer honestly. Don't hide anything. I decided to descend. You have a sneaking suspicion that something is wrong, because your path has changed. Maybe you started talking in a wrong way or made some sort of mistake. If so, start getting used to your new life. Try creating imagery that would instill the feeling that everything is as it should be, and with time, it will create a new order inside you. I don't doubt that you're going through some hard times, but you have to make sacrifices, grow up. The only thing that you'll be able to obtain, only then will you be able to obtain the meaning of life. Do you get it? Try that if you find it important. Every passing day is a precious gift. If you share a piece of that gift with the world even once, it'll seem like a speck of dust. Do you get it? No, I'm sorry. I won't get that then. Do you get it? Do you get it? Do you get it? Yes. Even you get it. When you notice how people look at themselves in the mirror. When you look at your own reflection and realize that it exists in reality. Do you understand how exactly it exists? Okay, well, that was kind of short, but also very weird. Apparently the stairs are sentient. I don't like that. Alright, well, I'll be right back. We still have one more ending to get through. Alright, we're back, and only one ending to go. So, this ending's really easy to get. So, basically all you're gonna have to do is find the secret item. So in between the fan and this radio, there is a little scrap of paper that you can click on. And so click on it. Girls say, "What's this?" And then basically just finish the game as you normally would. So you could find all the fireflies, you could find none of them. You have to find some of them in order to finish the game, but I mean, you could find all the fireflies, or you could just finish without finding all of them. You can go on the balcony or not, it doesn't matter. Anyway, regardless of what you do, you will always get this ending as long as you collect the paper. is what I'm trying to say. Alright, so I'll be right back as soon as I get to the ending part. Alright, we're back. And we're sitting on the roof, apparently. Alright, hello, thank you for choosing our pizzeria. I know this place is so empty, though I don't feel particularly good or bad because of it. I'm all alone, but at the same time it feels like I'm not. There's a lot of thoughts in my head. They always keep me entertained. I can create a whole world with them. I'm sure I'll be able to fill the void around me if I try hard enough. Although, no matter how much I think, our surroundings don't change. Yes, things happen in my head, but they never left its premises. And it's not like I tried to suppress them. Maybe they were just afraid to come out. What kind of pizza would you like to order? Am I texting like the Domino's app or something? It's kind of humorous. Anyways. Oh, alright. Okay, well, anyway, there's so much space in my head that could be put to good use. So every thought would make a senseless and merciless circle in my head, destined to go back to where it started. But there should be an end somewhere. You can't wander around forever. What do you think? I know it sounds scary, but it's not scarier than constantly existing among the void. This place is safe and nothing bad will happen here. Nothing good will happen either, although. Please note, we have a special offer right now. 3 pizzas for the price of 2. Yeah, there's probably nothing good in having the same thoughts over and over. What's the point of having them anyway? I could have escaped from here, but I feel like my thoughts aren't helping me at that. They should be ashamed, probably. It's nobody's fault that I can't even see a door here. I would have had it easier with one. I tried to find it. It turned out to be a waste of time. No matter where I look, it's nothing good, pun not intended. And that strips me of the last bit of hope for salvation. We also have a discount program for new members. You can learn more about it on your account page. Don't you think that me being here is also a waste of time? What's the point in that? I think the guy just wants you to order pizza at this point. I think he is a little weirded out by you spilling your inner thoughts to him. I just keep on thinking, and even then my thoughts are as meaningless and as empty as everything else. Does it mean that I'm not filling the void, but I'm a part of it? Then why should I feel anything? Why should I know that I exist? Although I'm not even sure about that. This place is always neither warm nor cold, it's neutral. But at the same time, if I think about warmth, I feel warm. Maybe this world corresponds to my thoughts. I wouldn't want to admit that I'm completely empty. I'm not the reason that everything has disappeared, right? Can't I just adapt and get used to having nothing around me, since I can't do anything about it? Are you ready to make your order? Yeah, that's right. I shouldn't care. It's empty here, and it makes me feel neither good nor bad. I'm all alone, but at the same time, it feels like I'm not. There are a lot of thoughts in my head that always keep me entertained. I can create a whole world with them. This place is safe and nothing bad will happen here. Nothing good will happen either, though. Me being here is a waste of time. I don't feel the void, I'm a part of it. This strips me of the last bit of hope for salvation. I shouldn't care. It's empty here, and it makes me feel neither good nor bad. It's nobody's fault that I can't even see a door here. What's the point in having one? I feel like nobody is helping me. They should feel ashamed. I wouldn't want to admit it, but I'm all alone here. I can't do anything about it. Please note that we have a special offer right now. 4 pizzas for the price of 2. I don't care that this place is empty, you hear? I feel neither good nor bad. I'm all alone. My head is full of thoughts. They eclipse the world around me. The space is pretty cramped, but at least it's safe. Even though I'll never feel good here. Does that mean that existing is a waste of time? I need to decide. My thoughts will help me. They'll lead me to the exit, and I'll be able to feel proud of myself. I'll be able to save myself. At the same time, I don't really care anymore. This place is empty, but it makes me feel neither good nor bad. I'm alone, but my head is full of thoughts. A whole world, one might say. If I try hard enough, I'll be able to fill the void around me. Still, no matter how much I keep thinking, my surroundings don't change. Yes, something happened outside my head, but... what is it? There's not enough space for my thoughts. They're already filled with something else. Even if there's nothing around me, I'm still here. And my head is full of thoughts. If I try hard enough. So the world isn't empty after all. I can't see anything. Hello? Session timed out. Please reload the page. Alright, so that's the end of Milk Outside a Bag of Milk, Outside a Bag of Milk. Hope you guys enjoyed this. It was very different from the first game. It's a lot more fleshed out, a big jump in quality, and I really enjoyed it. And I liked the different endings. It was neat. I appreciate that. So if you guys liked it, be sure to subscribe and like the video. So if you didn't, I guess you can dislike it, but you know, why would you do that? YouTube doesn't even show them anymore, so you do whatever you want. But in the meantime, just take care. Alright, see you guys later.